Welcome to this explainer for Module 4, Chapter 18. Today, we're going to completely demystify present tenses so you can speak English with absolute 100% confidence. You know, tenses are literally the ultimate foundation of the English language. They're like the gears that make your sentences turn correctly, letting you express exactly when something is going down. And in this session, we're focusing entirely on the now. Okay, let's dive right into a super common conversational mistake. Look at this question. Why does a sentence like, I am having a car, instantly sound kinda wrong to a native speaker? Well, it's a trap so many English learners fall into. But by the end of our time together today, you'll know exactly why it's incorrect and, way more importantly, how to fix it without even thinking about it. To solve that little mystery, we're going to explore the 4 distinct flavors of now. Our agenda today covers the simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous, and finally, we'll tackle those common mistakes. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Simple Present Tense. This is the tense of daily habits. So, the absolutely crucial point here is our first memory trick. Simple present equals habit. We use this specific tense exclusively for facts, your daily routines, and just things you do repeatedly. Think about it. When you wake up, brush your teeth, or take the train to work, those are all your simple present actions. It's basically the structure of your everyday life. Notice just how simple the formula is when we map it out into positive, negative, and question structures using a totally everyday routine, like drinking coffee. Notice the difference between I and she here. For I, it's simply I drink coffee. But when we shift to the third person singular, he, she, or it, we add an S. So she drinks coffee. In the negative, we use do not for I, but does not for she. Seeing it laid out like this really highlights the mechanics, right? Let's actually pause for some active practice. How would you fix the missing letter in this sentence based on our rule for he, she, or it? Go ahead, say it out loud or write it down. If you added an E and an S to make it he goes to school, you absolutely nailed it. That third person S is tiny, but man, it is incredibly important. Now, let's move right into Section 2, Present Continuous Tense. This is for things happening right now. Our memory trick for this second building block is that present continuous means an action is happening right now. It's completely tied to this exact moment in time. Think of it like a live broadcast of your life. If you're scrolling through social media at this very second, or hey, listening to me speak right now, you are living in the present continuous. And this chart brilliantly illustrates the formula. We simply use am, is, or are plus a verb ending in ing. Look at these office work examples. I am working. It's active. It's happening right this very second. To make it negative, we just drop in the word not. So I am not working. And to ask a question, we just flip the subject and the helper verb. Am I working? Simple, right? To clear up any confusion between our first 2 blocks, let's just compare them side by side. On the left, I work every day. That's your simple present daily routine. It's a general fact about your life. But look on the right. I am working right now refers strictly to what you are physically doing in this exact momentary slice of time. Like you might work every day, but right now you are studying English. See the difference? Time for another quick pause. Look at these 2 options and choose the correct formula for an action happening right this very second. Is it A or B? Well, if you chose B, I am playing sports, you've perfectly mastered the ing rule for actions happening in the exact moment. Great job. Next up is Section 3, Present Perfect Tense. This one is for actions that are completed but connected. The memory trick you really need to anchor into your mind for this one is completed but connected to the present. We use this when an action finished at some point in the past, but, and this is key, the result of that action is directly affecting your life right now. It's literally the bridge between the past and the present. This timeline brilliantly illustrates the concept. Imagine yesterday, you lost your house keys. That's a completed action in the past, right? However, today, right now, you're standing outside your house and you still cannot open the door. Because that past action is directly connected to your present reality, we say, I have lost my keys. The past event matters right now. Here's the formula mapped out. Notice how we pair have or has with a past participle verb. For I, we use have finished. For he, we use has finished. We use this heavily for things like recently completed work in the office. If your boss asks for a report and you just finished it, Saying, I have finished, signals that the report is ready right this second. Let's pause the explainer for a moment and see if you can correct the verb structure in this present perfect sentence about eating. I have eat my food. What's wrong there? Remember, we need the past participle, so it really should be, I have eaten my food, which means, of course, the plate is empty right now. All right, let's build into our final and beautifully logical block. Section 4, present perfect continuous. Started in the past and still continuing. Our final memory trick is super simple. This tense means the action started in the past and it is still continuing right now. We use this when we really want to focus heavily on the duration, the actual length of time that an ongoing action has been taking place. Looking at this timeline, you can clearly see the focus on duration. Imagine you started waiting for a friend at 8 a.m. At 9 a.m., you're still waiting. Now it's 10 a.m., and you are still standing there waiting for them. Because the action started in the past and has an unbroken stretch of duration right up to the present moment, we need a special tense to express all that frustration. So, the crucial point on this formula table is spotting the phrase have been or has been, combined with an ing verb, to show that continuous, unbroken stretch of time. I have been traveling. Or, for a third-person subject, she has been traveling. It perfectly captures an action that started hours, days, or even months ago and is still very much in progress. Try filling in this blank to test your understanding of actions that started in the past and are still happening today. How do we say she started waiting at 8 a.m. and is still waiting? You got it. She has been waiting for the bus since 8 a.m. Now that we have our 4 building blocks securely in place, let's look at Section 5, Common Mistakes. Let's learn how to avoid these grammar traps. And this brings us right back full circle to the question from the very beginning of the explainer. Why is I am having a car wrong? Notice the second point here. We simply do not use continuous tenses for what we call state verbs. State verbs describe a state of being, like owning things, knowing people, or liking something. You don't say, I am knowing you, right? You just say, I know you. Therefore, you can't say, I am having a car. You must use the simple present and say, I have a car. Make sense? Learning English becomes so much easier when you master tenses step by step, just like we did today. You now have the formulas for the present, so practice every single day, make mistakes, learn from them, and remember this quote, every single sentence you speak brings you closer to fluency. As we wrap up this explainer and prep for our next lesson in the module, I've got a challenge for you. Think about everything you're doing today. Which of the 4 flavors of now, simple, continuous, perfect, or perfect continuous, will you use to write an English sentence in the comments below? Seriously, go out and apply what you've learned to the real world right now. Can't wait to see what you come up with.